Go where?
Hello, friends. Brian Gailey, Klamath Falls News. Hey, welcome to Ask Klamath. This is Season 3, Episode 2, and we're featuring the guys here from the Wooden Flag Company. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thanks for having me.
This season is actually brought to you by Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. We're going to be talking to Scott and Jason regarding the Wooden Flag Company, what they've got going on. Some of your products, you actually have some products here that we're going to take a look at today. But before we do that, Brandon, roll that intro. Hello, friends. Brian Gailey, Klamath Falls News. As we already introduced, we have Scott and Jason. I'm going to be messed up because we actually got two on the set here today. Scott and Jason from the Wooden Flag Company. I always want to say the Wooden Sign Company, but that's different. So the Wooden Flag Company here in town, they produce, well, wooden flags and a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm going to read a short little bio here. Scott has lived in Klamath Falls for nearly 30 years.
Yeah.
That's quite a while.
Yeah.
As a graduate of Mazama High School, has done woodworking on and off for the last 20 years. Jason is a member of the Oregon National Guard at Kingsley Field. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
He has resided in Klamath Falls for the past 10 years.
10 or 11 years, yeah.
All right. So the company creates wooden art pieces that are tied to military, law enforcement, firefighters, and first responders. Roots of the company are in creation of wood flags that can be displayed in honoring those who serve our country.
Yep.
That's a good way to put it?
Yeah.
That's a good way.
All right. So it's pretty neat. If you guys check over here on the side, we've actually got a flag of our own that we got from these guys. I actually first ran into them at the Two Lake Butte Valley Fair last September.
Yep.
And fell in love with their product. I thought it was really cool. I had to have one. So, and I'm not the only one.
No.
There's been a lot of people that have said the same thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, what personally, those personal gaps, 10 years here, 30 years here,
Yeah.
you know, we got a short bio, but what did we miss?
Well, I think the first 20 years after high school, growing up, yeah, figuring out life, marriage, kids, working, always working.
Okay.
And for me, it was just military. I've been 27 years now in the military, and I love what I do, love my country, and that's what I've been happy to do. I'm tickled that I get paid to do a job that I love, and the flags is just another part of that.
And what is it that you do out the base there, Jason?
I work for Shadow Control. I'm the superintendent there. We do military tactical control for the fighters while they're up training. Of course, we train student pilots for the F-15. We're the only F-15 FTU in the world. All that's done here for at Kingsley Field for active duty and for guard pilots.
Very cool. There's a lot of great stuff that happens at Kingsley, and I'm honored that you're here and a part of that.
We appreciate your support.
So we're actually going to be taking your live questions here for these guys at the Wooden Flag Company. So go ahead and get those in the comments below, and we're going to be asking your questions live. You guys ready for that?
Sure.
All right. There you go. They're inviting you. Live questions. So I want to mention this season is sponsored by Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. We could not bring you this content without their help. With all that housekeeping out of the way, you guys ready for some actual questions?
Let's go.
All right. So why did you guys get started in this business?
I'll take that one. It kind of started with I was on Facebook and found a post of a company that was selling flags. And I just had to have one for my wall. They were beautiful. So it was the right price, so I ordered one. And then I waited 3.5, almost 4 months before it finally showed up. And
Months, not weeks.
Months.
Ouch.
Almost 4 months from when I ordered my flag before it actually arrived in the mail. And when it showed up, Scott came by the house one day, saw it, and he wasn't very impressed with what I paid for my product and said he could do better. And I'll let Scott finish it up from there.
Yeah, I saw this. I looked at it. Cracks, gaps. I mean, it wasn't, I don't know, it didn't seem real high quality for that amount of money. So we went down to Home Depot, bought some lumber, and 2 days later, I had
Brought
a
it back
finished
to my
product.
house.
Yeah.
Brought me his
Yeah.
version of the flag, and it looked better than the
Everything
one.
was clean, tight, uniform.
A lot better than the one I just spent a lot of money for and waited
Yeah.
a long time to get.
Yeah. So, an inferior product, and you were able to make one that was better.
I'm not sure if it was inferior. It looked like it was assembly line.
Okay.
Right.
And, assembly line stuff usually sucks. So, I don't know.
Didn't
I
have
figured
that
I could do better, and
personal
it was a
touch.
challenge.
No
because
personal touch.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
It was a
looked
challenge, and
assembly line.
But you looked at it
I
and you
took it
go, I
on.
can do better.
yeah.
You made one, and somebody liked it enough
Yeah.
that they wanted to buy
we
one.
took it out
and-
to his shop, and
As soon as
um,
somebody saw it, somebody said, I got to have one
Yeah.
of those. Make me one.
yeah, word of mouth spread, and it started doing pretty good.
Yeah.
So we decided to make a website, get licensed, and make a lot of people happy. Yeah.
So why wooden flags and not like metal, like using some plasma cutter to cut it out of metal or something?
There's a lot of, well, for one, I've never done a lot of metal work, but there's a lot of those metal flags out there. Wood is questionable on what it's going to do. I mean, it can twist, warp, and I think with wood you can craft something a lot better. It's softer looking than metal. I mean, you can do what you want to it, and it's a lot cheaper on the equipment to go with wood.
Plus, we already had some wood equipment.
Right.
I mean, he's got stuff in his shop.
Right.
And
yeah,
I've done some
I had a shop
woodworking in the past.
full of woodworking stuff
Yeah.
already.
So Scott, your background is in woodworking, and what is that background?
I've done carpentry for most of my life. A couple guys here in town that I worked for. My dad was a carpenter. He always had me pounding nails, putting something together, painting something. I hated it then, but after I grew up some, I mean, you appreciate it a lot more of what you can do with it. So. And I've never stopped. I mean, you can see the paint and the scars on my hands now.
Yeah, when he walked
So,
in, I saw the
yeah.
stain on his hands already. I was like, no, that's not blood. That's actual stain.
I came from the shop here,
Yeah.
so yeah.
So, Jason, we talked about your background. What got you kind of started in the military?
Right out of high school, it's an opportunity I had. I joined active duty Air Force. Wanted to mainly just get out of the house. I wanted to be out on my own, and it was an opportunity for me to get out of the house, a nice paying job, that sort of thing, benefits, and I just loved my job, loved what I did. I loved being a part of something bigger.
And you get to see the world.
And I got to see the world.
Yeah.
But then, after being gone a lot, different TDYs overseas, a lot of different places that I've been that I don't really want to go back to. But I got to experience lots of things that most people don't. So opportunity came up for me to join the Guard and come here to Oregon, and I jumped on it.
Awesome.
I've been here for now 11 years.
Now, your guys' primary customer base and what you build your flags for is for military, law enforcement, firefighters, first responders. What has it been your military background that kind of led you guys in that direction, or is there anything in particular?
Well, when most people think of the flag, they'll also put it with military. I mean, a lot of it is military. That's where most of our customers have come from starting out. But we have a lot of people that they love the flag.
Yeah.
They want it in their house. Or they want to say thank you to somebody that was in the military. And it started out as just making the American flag for anybody and everybody. But with the base here and with my wife being in the military, Jason and being in the military, that's where 99% of our stuff has gone to.
Either that or retirees. Somebody
a lot of retarees.
A lot of retirees
Yeah.
want to order something. I think just in general, people that have served in the military have, I don't want to say more of an appreciation, but a different appreciation for what the flag stands for. I know, to me, it means a lot. I can't speak for everybody else, but I know my military service has made me appreciate this country, especially being other places where they don't appreciate Americans. They don't have the same appreciation for their country as most Americans do. So just something that I've always felt real strong when it comes to that flag.
Well, you can tell through the quality of your work, too. If anybody's checked out your stuff and they've seen your stuff in person, and if you've seen some of the bazaars around town, have you gone to some of the events, some of the different things, and we're actually going to talk a little bit about what they got coming on this spring here in just a little bit, you can see the quality in how you guys take pride in not only the quality of it, but the representation of the flag itself.
Well, when I build a flag or whatever, that's going to be hanging in someone's house. I don't want my name on something that is shoddy or going to fall apart or whatever. I want that flag to last for, the family, their kids,
Right.
their kids if it can make it that far. I don't want someone to look at it and say, that's not well done.
The same thing you did when you saw the flag I ordered.
Yeah.
It
It
looks-
looked like an assembly
yeah.
line, and it didn't look like there was a lot of pride in making it. So
Right.
I have a lot of pride in the country. I have a lot of pride in that flag, and I have a lot of pride in that project we're making.
Yeah.
So
Awesome. Good to hear. So, guys, if you got questions for Scott or Jason, go ahead and get those in the comments below. We're actually going to take a break here in just a moment, and so it's a great time to get your questions in. We're going to be back in just 2 minutes.
Reds. Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars, there are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
You can have your car taken to the shop of your choice. So my friend had her car taken to Excel Auto Body because she heard about their reputation for excellent work. They even gave her a written warranty that's good for as long as she owns that car. So Excel Auto Body is a very smart choice.
Hi, I'm Rorik, owner of Excel Auto Body. No matter if the damage is minor or major, you'll want to choose us now. So if you are ever in an accident, you'll be ready. And remember, it's your choice what body shop you go to. Choose Excel Auto Body. It's your car, our reputation.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
And move over. When you see lights,
vests,
Or reflectors.
please give us some room. Slow down and move over.
when you need us.
We've got your back.
Do you have ours?
You got our back?
You got ours?
You got our back? Please, slow down.
And move over.
Hello, friends. Brian Gailey, Klamath Falls News. Welcome back to Ask Klamath. Sorry about that little video goober we had there just before the commercial break. Rookie producer over here got his fingers all twisted. So glad you're back. We want to actually take this moment and say thank you to the Klamath County Fairgrounds, and they want to let you know that happening this weekend is the Play Outdoors event, where they're promoting lifelong activities for youth. Play Outdoors is a no-cost, family-friendly event for all ages. They have over 40 events to choose from today, this Saturday at the Klamath County Fairgrounds. Sport shooting, fishing, waterfowl, calling, outdoor safety, archery, camping skills, and more. And kids, be sure to bring the adults along because they're going to have some fun too. If you want to learn more about what the Klamath County Fairgrounds can do for you, visit kcfairgrounds.org. Guys, you ready for some more questions?
Sure.
All right. So we talked a little bit about you guys. Now let's talk a little bit about your business. How many orders you guys getting on average every month now? You started in officially February last year, right?
Yeah.
So we're about a year in.
If
How's
we
things going?
averaged it, probably about 10 a month.
About 10 a month?
Yeah. It spikes when we have our shows or whatever like that, but averaged out, yeah, probably 10 a month.
And what's kind of the most popular stuff? Is it the flags? Is it the tattered flags that you guys do?
Well, up until about 3 months ago, it was the tattered flag. Yeah. Or a standard flag. We had the Pledge of Allegiance flag, the Second Amendment. Those were always big hits, and probably the tattered. And then once we picked up the CNC machine, the carved flags are just, yeah.
Those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
We actually have some. They brought some in. We're going to take a look at them here in just a little bit.
Yeah.
But talk about that, the CNC machine. So that was a pretty big investment for the company.
Yeah, it gave us a chance to branch out and make our flags that we're currently doing better by being able to carve the stars into those flags, that sort of thing. And then anytime we personalize a flag, some people want names or they want a patch, a unit patch or something specific to a person, and we're able to now use our CNC machine and put that on the flag and personalize it. And then allows us to branch out and do all kinds of other things too. We can do plaques, we can do carved flags. That we have some examples of.
Little knickknacks for the house. Your welcome sign when you walk into someone's, front door, or address signs out on the street. So
what's the current turnaround if somebody places an order on your website? How long till they get it?
Right now, it's probably from start to finish, to in a box heading towards their house a week. So,
we advertise on our website from order to delivery 2 to 3 weeks, but that's just being very conservative.
Right.
Like I said, when I ordered my first flag from another company, it was almost 4 months later that we
well,
got it.
you were also told what at the beginning 8 weeks, and then it went to 10,
weeks,
and then it went
yeah.
And right now, I think the longest one it's taken us is probably 10 days.
Does the more custom ones take more time?
They do.
Depending on what they want to do. If it can go into the CNC machine, not really. If they're looking at one of our standard American flags, that does, because then we have to cut the vinyl and set it, and and that always takes a lot longer.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then the weather's a big thing on when we can urethane.
Oh, okay.
Because we are such a small setup that the flags have to go out of the shop into another little shed to be urethaned, back outside into the shop.
Right, back to the paint booth.
Any rain, windy, we don't urethane. So, but
we're trying to fix that.
We're
expanding, trying to grow.
We will. We'll get there.
Small business.
So we mentioned briefly mentioned a website. What is your website? Where can people go?
TheWoodenFlagCompany.com.
Yeah.
Okay, and Brandon, I think we might have a graphic. We throw that up there. The woodenflagcompany.com.
Yep.
And the wooden flag. The is part
right,
very important, right?
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, you'd be going to somebody else's place.
Yeah.
And of course, we also have a Facebook page
Right.
that people can look us up, and it's just the Wooden Flag Company.
Or if they want to follow us, and see the new products that are coming out, or
We post lots of anytime we have a show, we post that on there.
drop ideas or hints or anything.
So we're always looking for feedback. Some
Yeah.
people want to get on there and ask us for if we can do a specific type of order, or they may just want to know pricing or something like that, and they don't end up going to they end up going to our Facebook page instead of our website.
Sure. Right.
So yeah, we can provide information to them that way as well on Facebook.
All right, so search the Wooden Flag on Facebook.
Yes, the Wooden Flag Company.
The Wooden Flag Company
Yeah.
on Facebook. So you mentioned a little bit about your shop. It is a small one. I have visited. it is pretty cool. And being a guy that, mechanically guy and tinker, and I'm kind of jealous of your shop. But would you call it a commercial facility? Would you call it a garage? How would you kind of talk about your shop?
That shop started out as it was just going to be my tinkering around shop. I actually got the trusses and stuff from a greenhouse. So it's only 14 feet wide by 24 foot long. So once you pack in all that equipment, the sanders, the saws, you go outside to change your mind. I mean, seriously.
Right. we have upgraded and gotten some new equipment, so some commercial type equipment, just for the amount of work that we're doing, the size of the projects we do. We just don't have enough room right now to accommodate the work we want to do. So just trying to expand when we can, buying more pieces of equipment here and there.
Yeah.
So kind of a small garage, but with commercial equipment. Sure.
Yes.
Kind of a good summary there.
Yeah.
So it sounds like the market is fairly competitive. Originally, your first take on it was off of another person's product.
Sure.
Is it a really competitive market? Is there a whole bunch of other people doing the same thing you're doing?
It's huge, actually. When we thought about starting this company, we did a little research online, and we found like 4 or 5 companies out there. Now that we're into it more, and we're into more of the little social cliques that go along with it, oh my gosh, everybody and their dog wants to do it.
Usually at garage type stuff. People doing it out of their garage, but they
Right.
sell at shows, mainly also back east.
Right.
There's a lot more people doing this back east
There
than there
is.
are here on the west
Is
coast.
it more like a hobby for a lot of people, and they're
It
kind of
is.
just
I think
little
so.
side income?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and I mean, one of the hurdles that we learned about real fast was the licensing.
Yeah.
Everybody has a license for any emblem or anything, and you got to do it right.
Mhm.
You know, I don't want to get one of those letters.
No, nobody likes to get that letter.
No, you don't want to get the letter saying
So-
cease and desist making our
so
our
do
logo.
it right, and I think we'll do okay. I do.
Now, speaking back to Facebook and this licensing, you just locked in one of those branches of the military, wasn't it?
Actually, we locked
Got
in
a
a
couple
couple
now.
of them. Yeah,
We've got Marine Corps.
we have
and-
Marine Corps, the Navy.
And Navy.
The Air Force just contacted us again. They had our application, then they lost it,
They
and
want the
so now we got to
information
do it again. The Coast Guard, we are just waiting for the finalization to use those.
Army's been a little harder.
Yeah, Army's a little harder to deal with. But we're gonna do it right. So.
Very cool. So, what are you guys doing different than your competitors? We talked again about your experience where
Right.
you're producing a better product, or what else are you guys doing? Is the CNC kind of normal for other businesses too, or?
Some of them, yeah. There is a lot of people out there that will use the CNC for just the stars.
Right.
We use the CNC for the stars, for any type of emblems or logos. We've done a lot of flags for companies. We'll put their company name down in it. We can carve that in there. Personalizing for rank, name, years of service.
Retirement gifts for
Your
people.
imagination is our limit. I mean, we carved a Volkswagen Beetle into a
Customer
flag.
had to have it.
They wanted a Volkswagen Beetle,
Right
so
on.
let's do it.
So, what if somebody come with their business logo? Are you guys able to do something with that?
Yeah,
Yeah, we've done a few of those.
Yeah. We're actually working on legacy furniture right now. We have 2 flags going to the local fire department for donations so that they can raffle them off.
Nice.
The city police, we have their flag almost done, just to say thank you.
Yeah.
Very
So,
cool.
yeah.
Very
Yeah, we
cool
do
stuff.
get people asking us if we can donate a flag to something, and for
yeah.
the right cause, we've
Rocky
done it a
Mountain,
few times.
mule deer, I mean, we've about 15, 20 flags we've donated.
Right.
So,
Nice. So, one more time, how does somebody place an order with you guys?
Well,
well,
there's a couple ways.
yeah, there's a couple ways. They can go to the website
Yep.
and they can place it right there, or they can call us.
Yep.
And we can take care of everything over the phone. Sometimes it's easier that they call us. That way we can get a little more detail.
Yeah,
And we
specific-
can finalize, narrow it down to exactly what they want.
Yeah,
So if
especially
somebody
if it's
really-
a custom order.
I was going to
Yeah.
say, so if something's personalized and
Right.
custom, you really want to talk to them.
Sure. And for most of the people, if there's any question or any doubt of what they want, we will call and we will make sure. Because I don't want to send out a flag that's wrong.
Right.
I don't, It's kind of embarrassing, so yeah.
I understand that. Well, guys, we're going to take a break here in just a moment. And, if you got some questions for these guys, get those in the comments below. I've already seen some stuff coming in. I think that's awesome. We got some questions we're going to ask here in just a little bit. We're going to be back in just 2 minutes.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and little league teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars, there are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
have your car taken to the shop of your choice. So my friend had her car taken to Excel Auto Body because she heard about their reputation for excellent work. They even gave her a written warranty that's good for as long as she owns that car. So Excel Auto Body is a very smart choice.
Hi, I'm Rorik, owner of Excel Auto Body. No matter if the damage is minor or major, you'll want to choose us now. So if you are ever in an accident, you'll be ready. And remember, it's your choice what body shop you go to. Choose Excel Auto Body. It's your car, our reputation.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
And move over.
When you see lights,
Vests.
Or reflectors.
Please, give us some room. Slow down and move over.
when you need us.
We've got your back.
Do you have ours?
You got our back?
You got ours?
You got our back? Please, slow down.
And move over.
Hello, friends. Brian Gailey, Klamath Falls News. Welcome back to Ask Klamath. We're joined today by the guys from the Wooden Sign Company.
Wooden Flag Company.
I
Yes.
said that earlier.
Yeah.
Wooden Flag Company. I don't know what it is. I'm always screwing that up. Scott and Jason are here with us today. On the table, you can actually see some examples. We got a couple more we're going to show here in just a moment. But so far, we've been talking about flags as whole. In before the break, we were also kind of talking a little bit about logos and different things like that. You're working with the Legacy about a project. Can you go into that a little bit more in case somebody wants to get one of those?
Well, which part?
Like a custom logo done instead of a flag.
Oh, simple. Call us. Or on the website there's actually some boxes and options you can click on. You can write whatever you want in there. If someone is very adamant on where they want it on the flag, they either need to specify that or just call.
Right.
Otherwise, so far we've done pretty good with our locations of what we choose or whatever. The one thing that we will need is if it is a company logo, we ask that if they email that logo to us, that way we can put it in our software, get it vectored out, make it look nice and clean lines and everything, and then go from there.
Not something just off the internet, It's
Yeah.
got to be a nice, clean
Right.
image.
I mean, we don't want to take Ford's logo and put it in there in old Arabic or something. We would like it just like it is on their building.
Yeah.
So these ones that we have in front of us, can you explain what we're looking at?
Go ahead.
Well, this is just a couple of the carved flags we've been able to do. This one here is just an image of an F4 with the old 114th TFTS squadron patch on there. We had someone's special order a flag like this that used to work out here at the base. He was a Wizzo that flew in the back seat of the F4s, so his wife ordered one of these flags. We know there's retirees here in the area that used to work out at the base, so we just made up some extra ones like that. But we're able to carve these images onto the flags. We have a We the People that we do as well with the 3%.
Now this is off the CNC,
CNC,
right?
Yep.
So what we had on the wall, we actually took that one down so you can look at too. This is kind of your original flag. This is
so
the
this is kind
non.
of where we got our start.
This is the small version of our
Small
original
version.
flag.
We make one that's three feet long, so it's a much bigger than this one here. But we stick to the same dimensions of a real flag. We can do different options too. Instead of the 50 star, we can do the Betsy Ross 13 star circle on there. Just all kind of different options.
Your imagination's going to be,
Yeah.
like I said, going to be going to be our limit.
Now I asked you this off camera, but I want to ask again in case somebody out there is watching. The colors that you do on this one, are you able to do that on a carved one?
We don't on this. These carved ones are made out of mahogany or cherry or oak. So with these carved ones, we try to stick to the natural color of the wood. It's beautiful wood. When I wouldn't want to cover that up with paint. So these ones here, we have a lot of variations. We make one that has no white stripes on there, or it's
Just
a
natural.
It's a natural.
It's
Right.
a natural, yep. Or we have found out that it's very popular, a black in a wood flag. People like that. It's beautiful. It
It comes out really nice.
And for the police flags, the thin blue line, the firefighter flags, the red line, you're able to do those on this style, right?
Correct.
Yes. Yep. Well, we can do them on those styles right there, or if we take For the fire department, I'm carving their logo into one of these. And then we're also going to carve it into this. We've sold quite a few of these flags to where we'll take an emblem and we'll carve it up in the Union.
Right.
I mean, we've even put a panda bear up in the Union. The girl loved panda bears. So
Had to have a panda.
yeah, so we put a panda bear up
Everybody's
there
got
for
their
her.
thing.
Yeah. You know,
Very
and we will
talked
we'll
about-
accommodate the best we can. Here's actually the Marine Corps that we're working on. This flag is almost completed. I wanted to bring it in to kind of show people what we can do. Now, a lot of these flags, you'll get either the EGA there. You can take the Air Force logo, anything you can think of,
Right.
and it's just.
And we are licensed through the Marine Corps, so
Yeah,
we can
yeah,
reproduce the
yeah.
logo.
Nice.
So
Yeah. So it's just a lot of pride.
this one we're working on.
A
no
lot of
stain.
pride
Yeah.
knowing that that's going to be hanging in someone's house, and we did that. So, yeah, you got to make it good.
Very cool. So, what makes your guys' products that we're looking at here unique over, say, somebody else?
Every one of these flags that go out, I've spoke to the people. We don't just take an order off the internet and make it and ship it out. We double
I mean,
check.
we can.
Well,
but
I don't.
we
And
think
you're
we
mass
should.
producing it.
Right.
Well, yeah,
Factory,
and
right.
we're not going to mass produce. You know, it's
Just the ability to be able
I
to
don't.
put the personal touch on
Yeah,
something specific
yeah.
for someone, you know the person.
The more someone personalizes a flag, the more I feel it means to us to make, because they took the time and effort to talk to us, to give us that information, and I ask them all to send me a picture whenever whoever opens it up.
That'd
I'd
be
like
cool.
to see it. Yeah.
Whether it's once it's put on the wall
Yeah,
or their reaction
yeah,
when they open
yeah.
it.
Yeah, and
yeah,
that
the
smile you
reaction.
see on their face when
Yeah.
they get their flag
Yeah.
is awesome. It
Yeah.
just that's
And knowing we did it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Awesome. Very good. So, what has been, I mean, you guys have done hundreds of these in the last year. What is your favorite one to make?
Oh,
Do
go
you
ahead.
have
What's
a
your
favorite
favorite
one?
one?
Right now, the one that touches me the most, I talked to a gentleman here in Klamath Falls. He was a Vietnam vet. He asked us to make a flag for a friend that died there. And yeah, that just, I don't know, that got me.
Yeah.
It did. And I've never made a flag like that one since, and I won't.
Because they're all unique.
Right.
They are.
And
they
that
are.
was unique to him.
It was. Yeah,
Yeah.
but that one touched me the most. So.
We have one flag that's been pretty popular, and it's a tattered version of the American flag, the red, white, and blue painted on there. But it looks war torn, a battle flag, but it still survived. It still, looks like it's blowing in the wind. That's
And
been a very popular.
where'd you get the idea? Tell that.
Scott likes my story. So
do.
when we were coming up with ideas on what flags to make and ways we could produce a flag that somebody might want or like, I just had this image in my head of what maybe like Francis Scott Keys was seeing when he wrote the Star Spangled Banner. And I just had an image of this flag flying with the Betsy Ross stars on it in the circle there. It had the holes in it. It was beat up, yet it was still flying the next morning. So when he wrote that, that's kind of the image I had in my mind. So we just kind of drew it out on the wood. It's a lot of work. We have to cut it out. We have to paint it. Everything's painted by hand,
That
cut
one's
by
all
hand.
cut out by hand. Yeah.
It's a lot of extra work for that particular flag, but it's been super popular and it looks awesome. I mean, it just people see it and they're like, oh, I really like that one. So it's been a popular flag, but it's definitely a lot more work. But we enjoy doing it. It's special to us as well.
Nice. So we're getting a lot of questions in here. Now's a good time to actually get your questions. We're going to take one more break. In these guys, we're going to come back and answer your questions live right here on Ask Klamath, presented by Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and little league teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
You can have your car taken to the shop of your choice. So my friend had her car taken to Excel Auto Body because she heard about their reputation for excellent work. They even gave her a written warranty that's good for as long as she owns that car. So Excel Auto Body is a very smart choice.
Hi, I'm Rourke, owner of Excel Auto Body. No matter if the damage is minor or major, you'll want to choose us now. So if you are ever in an accident, you'll be ready. And remember, it's your choice what body shop you go to. Choose Excel Auto Body. It's your car, our reputation.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
And move over.
When you see lights,
Vests.
Or reflectors.
Please, give us some room. Slow down and move over.
when you need us.
We've got your back.
Do you have ours?
You got our back?
You got ours?
You got our back? Please, slow down.
And move over.
Right.
Hello, friends. Brian Gailey, Klamath Falls News. Welcome back to Ask Klamath. We're joined here today by Scott and Jason from the Wooden Flag Company.
Yes,
I'm going to
sir.
say that right eventually tonight. We've already talked about some of the things that they've got going on, and in the last section we just saw some of their product, and there's some really cool stuff you've guys got. The tattered one is awesome.
Yeah.
That is probably one of my favorites. But you guys have a lot of things going on this spring. Right, you're going to be in different places.
Shows,
You've
yeah.
got you with some shows. You've got some flags already on display at some local retailers. Can you talk a little bit about that?
What was it, last week or this week? It was last week.
Last week.
We set up a display down at Legacy Furniture.
Yeah.
Ken Padilla was very gracious to let us do that.
He offered up some space for us
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
had us come in and just, we put up, I don't know how many flags we hung up on the wall there.
12, 13 maybe.
flags, I think.
We've also set up a small display down at the Hangar Boutique. Our plans are to talk to the Oregon store.
Just trying to get our name out there, so people
sure.
can see our product, and that's why we love doing these shows. We've done the Klamath Fairgrounds, we've done Tule Lake, different shows, and when people get to see our product and touch it, some people don't even realize it's wood at first. They're like, "Well, what do you make these out of? Is that plastic?" And they're like, "No, it's all wood. We don't buy them. We make everything. We put it all
It's out
together."
of plywood. I mean, they don't realize that every stripe on those flags is
independent piece of wood.
Yeah, there's 13 pieces of wood put into that flag. For shows coming up, we've got the Wairika Gun Show. I don't remember dates. I'd have to ask my wife on there. We've got the Home Show here in Klamath. We've got the Portland Swap Meet. We have a spring bazaar up there at Mike's Fieldhouse. It's kind of like a Christmas bazaar, but I guess for the springtime. I don't know. We're excited. We're looking for all the opportunities. We're set up with Josephine County Fair. We'll be in the Klamath County Fair again, Tule Lake Fair. We're going to try to hit Deschutes County, Lake County, Jackson County. We're just trying to get out there.
Now,
Let
when
people see
somebody
our
goes
stuff.
to one of those booths you have set up at any of those event locations,
Sure.
are they have product they can take home?
Oh, yeah.
You have stuff ready to go,
They're-
or is it mostly order?
Well, there's a limited amount only because those flags aren't small and they're not light, and when you start carrying around 50 to 100 flags, where do you keep them safe?
Right.
So we do have a limited amount of what's ready to go right there, but most of our stuff is made to order.
Right.
So
And we do make a lot of small things too. Now that we have the CNC machine, we can make like the welcome signs, name signs, you name it. So we'll
Knickknacks
have
and stuff,
little
yeah.
knickknacks on the tables and stuff that we can sell on the spot, and some flags that we can sell. We'll even sell some of our inventory that we are displaying towards the end of the show, just so we don't have to carry it home with us. And
if
it's just
someone
another flag
needs
we
it
don't have
right
to
then
make.
and there, well,
We've sold
take
them.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
take it with you.
Right.
So we try to accommodate everybody the best we can. I mean, we can't do everything for everybody, but
Right.
we try. So
Cool. So do you know what the next show is coming up for you?
Which is our next one?
yeah, it's beginning of March.
Wairika?
Is it Wairika? I think
Yeah, I
it
think
is
it's Wairika.
Wairika. Yeah. It's the 22nd, 23rd, 24th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Over the weekend.
I can't remember. It's all wrote down at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of put
All
me
the
on a
shows
spot
start
there. Oh, the
blending together.
Klamath Home Builders.
The home show?
Yeah, that's March
Oh,
8th,
yeah, that's coming
9th,
up
or something
sooner.
like that. So that'll be our first one. Then we'll hit the Wairika Gun Show.
Yeah.
And then beginning of April, we'll be up in Portland.
Awesome.
So a little nervous about that one. We
Yeah.
haven't spread
It's a
out.
long way to go.
That is a long way.
And a
And
lot
that
of
one
people
there,
there.
we are going to be carrying a lot of
Right.
inventory.
Yeah, I probably have a lot
Yeah.
of stuff to take
Yeah.
with you.
Yep. So
Very good. Well, guys, let's take a look for some of these questions. I know we got some
Sure.
live questions in here. We're going to take a look. Carla Thomas, I'm watching. Hi, Carla. Good to see you. Let's see. My wife is saying thank you for your service.
Oh, well, thank you for your support. Appreciate it.
Brandon Christopher Russ says, y'all
y'all.
Y'all, we're
do
good with that.
barnwood flags?
We haven't right now. We have made some rustic flags out of old pallets or old cedar, but we haven't done barnwood. Barnwood is hard to come across.
Yeah, it's getting harder to find.
And people want a lot of money for it
They do.
now. So we haven't gone too far into that.
Okay.
No, we're trying to keep our costs low. I mean, we
Right.
want to provide a good product at a low cost.
Right.
So when you have to go buy barnwood, unless you can find it, if you have to go buy it, it starts getting expensive, and then we don't have any choice but to pass that cost on to the customer.
So, kind of a follow-up question to that. If somebody has some, can they reach out to you and see?
Sure.
Yeah.
At least say, hey, I got some stuff?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Right now, I don't know of a project we've turned down yet. So,
Right.
yeah,
Heather Crowder. Heather from the Home Builders.
yeah. Hi, Heather.
Beautiful product at a reasonable price. Can't be beat. Hometown made.
Thank you.
No question, just statement.
Right.
Can't really
I
argue
just
with
talked
that.
to her today
Yeah.
for about 40 minutes.
My wife has another question. She says, my grandpa served in Vietnam. Do you make custom flags based on the war they've served in?
Yeah, we can.
We can. A lot of the customers, when they head towards that Vietnam era, they'll put the ribbon. We'll put the ribbon on there
Vietnam
to
service
represent
ribbon.
that that's where they served. So, yes, I guess.
Or if they want any text in particular, like
Right.
a person's name, their unit number that they were with, their dates of service. A lot of people want that sort of thing on there. So anything you can think of to put on there, we can find a way to make it look nice and fit it on the flag.
Okay. For a custom order, how much time do you need?
Well, right now, you're probably looking at about a week and a half.
Yeah.
So, not long.
Just
I don't
depends on
think.
what
Yeah.
exactly you want on it.
But that's right now. I mean, after these shows, we usually walk out of there with, 25, 30 orders.
right.
So if you catch us right after a show, you're going to have probably the 2-week wait time. But who knows what God's got in store for us next
Right.
month. We might be shipping out 5 flags a month. Or not a month, a day.
A day.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So, where do you ship to?
All over the United States.
We've even got a few flags over in the Middle East somewhere.
Oh, we have 2 flags in it.
Yeah.
In Israel? Is that where they were from?
Somewhere, yeah, I believe
Yeah.
so.
So a couple guys came over to the United States to train with our pilots back in North Carolina. And the lady called us up and said, what can you do? So we designed up a couple flags with their class picture, their patch. And we've got some, do we have them on the website?
It's on the
I
website,
think we
yeah.
have some pictures on the website of them being presented to them, and then they took them home with them.
Yeah,
Nice.
So that's
So we're
cool as hell.
worldwide right now.
Yeah.
So, are you able to ship internationally, or are you just shipping to the
Right now, we
US?
can ship wherever. Right now, we're set up with UPS
Right.
and everything.
So mainly the 50 states plus the Virgin Islands, Guam, Puerto Rico, that sort of thing. Shipping to Hawaii, obviously, is
it's going to be a little bit more. So
but it's all through our website. You just select your address on there, where you want it shipped to, and it calculates
Okay.
for you.
Let's see. Wes Adams. I had no idea. I'll talk to Jason at work.
Thanks, Wes. Appreciate it.
Really? Yeah. How many times have I been out there with a flag?
I don't know.
Denise Woodland. I love these guys. I had one made for Christmas.
Yeah.
For my son for Christmas.
Yeah.
Heather Crowder again. Are customized flags much more expensive than the ones listed on your website?
No.
Not much.
No, they're not.
Just depends on what you want on it. If you're looking to have a logo carved on the flag, we have a set price on there for what it would cost to carve a logo in.
It's about $20 more for a flag to be custom. Yeah. So basically, we're paying the machine on there.
And what is your price range on your website?
Our,
For what I have on the wall through the custom CNC stuff that you showed earlier.
The one on you have on your wall here, starting out just the way it is, it's $70. Unfortunately, we had to go up in our costs because, oh my
Wood
God,
costs.
lumber, holy smokes.
Yeah.
The larger one, just a standard flag, is $90. For any type of personalization on the larger ones, any $20 to $30 more.
Okay.
So,
and that size was what, 16 or 18 by 24 or so?
that's 13 by 24.
13 by 24.
Yeah.
And then what's your next size up?
19 and a half by 36.
And in the intro, you have one that has the Pledge of Allegiance on it. How big is that one?
That thing's 5 foot long.
5
It's a
foot.
5-footer.
Yeah, and it's
that,
heavy.
That
It
hangs
is.
on the wall down at Waffle Hut above their fireplace. That was a special order with the pledge on it.
Yeah.
We can make up to a 5-foot flag. We haven't had anybody request one bigger than that. So
Yeah. Yeah, well, you've seen the shop.
Well,
Right.
somebody
And you
out there
can
can
mount it up,
challenge you. There's something bigger than a 5-foot
Right.
flag, I'm sure.
Bring
yeah.
it.
All right. Taking a look here to see if there's any more questions. If you got any other questions, go ahead and get those in now. Kersha Cook says, "Hey guys."
Yeah.
So we're gonna quick shout out there.
Kiddo. Hi, Krisha.
Anything else you guys like to add? I'm not seeing any other questions right now.
Nah.
No. Well, we just appreciate the opportunity.
We do.
to
We do.
come down
Thank
and
you.
Talk
You're
about
welcome.
what we do
Yeah.
and our product and how much we enjoy making these. It's a passion for us to be able to do this, and we don't make money doing it. We end up buying equipment for our shop to make more flags, or we buy more material to make more
I
flags.
still owe my wife a lot of money.
Right. So
I
it's,
do.
it's a labor of love. We
Yeah.
like the product we make.
And most businesses are when they first get started.
Right.
First
Yeah.
couple of years of business, if you're
Sure.
making a profit, you're lucky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're lucky.
Right?
Yeah.
So you're usually taking that same money and reinvesting it back in your company. So that's good to hear that you guys are doing that. So I'm not seeing any other questions, so we're actually going to wrap our coverage here. Guys, I want to thank you one more time, Scott.
Thank you, Brian.
Jason, so much appreciation for what you guys do and what you're all about. I think that is incredibly awesome. Ask Klamath is a production of Klamath Falls News. It's presented by Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union, hosted by myself, Brian Gailey. Off camera over there doing the production tonight is my son Brandon.
Doing a
There's
great
Brandon. He's doing a great job. That little slip up earlier, but we're going to let that go. We're not going to talk about that anymore. 6 more times tonight
6
is
more.
probably going to come up. If you like what you saw, give us a like, share it with your friends, give these guys a shout out, give them a call. TheWoodenFlagCompany.com.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
That's the site. You're going to want to check that out. TheWoodenFlagCompany.com. And Brandon's going to throw that up there for you. If we've been entertained you learned something, do it all. Like, share, comment, all that kind of stuff. If you missed this whole broadcast and you come in late, you can rewatch it anytime on Facebook as soon as they're done doing their magic. And you can catch any of our other 22 episodes that we've got airing of Ask Klamath so far at AskKlamath.com. Next week, our guest is going to be Klamath County Commissioner Donnie Boyd. You're not going to want to miss that. There's going to be some great stuff we're going to talk about that. On behalf of my guests, I'm Brian Gailey. That's it. We'll see you guys around the basin.
Thank you. Bye.